Hi, my name is Henry Bender and I am the host of The Weekly Show, and I am standing outside of a bar in Cleveland, Ohio, where I go to school, watching what I think is the end of the world. So, we're going to talk about that. Hello and welcome to The Weekly Show's special coverage of the 2016 presidential election. I'm Henry Benden from Ohio now, so I dress like this. We're talking tonight about the first presidential debate between businessman Donald Trump and Secretary of State, First Lady, and Senator Hillary Clinton, which was just held at Hofstra University in New York. I included all of Hillary's titles because for some reason Lester Holt managed to get none of them out of his mouth during the debate intro, which is ridiculous because of the two candidates. One has a legitimate experience that should be recognized, and the other is a terrifying human Cheeto hybrid. Honestly, there's just so many things to talk about from the debate, which is a really good thing, because Lester Holt talked so little that somebody's got to make up for it in the postgame. I mean, as far as debate moderation goes, his version just didn't. He'd ask a question, and then Donald would proceed to interrupt Hillary for the next however long she was supposed to be allowed to speak, which I suppose explains why the janitorial staff reported that Holt is in fact still sitting at the desk mumbling, "No, Mr. Trump, you can't say that," and staring intently at his notes. Actually, I'm sorry, I'm harshing on Lester too much. By being talked over, he very effectively proved to the nation watching at home exactly how lacking in decency and decorum Mr. Trump is. And since apparently a fifth of likely voters said the debates could change their minds, that lesson is, at least I believe, a critical one for the American public. I mean, we were so focused on things like him calling Hillary lacking in stamina or just completely lying even when presented with his own words, that we failed to notice him saying things like a 400-pound dude sitting on his bed was just as likely to have hacked the DNC as Russia. Fortunately, we have other presidential candidates to notice these things for us, which brings us to a segment I'm calling Republicans on Twitter Hide Under Rocks While Donald Trump Destroys the Party. First up, we have former candidate Rick Santorum, whose best tweet of the night is simply, 400 pounds? Rick Santorum's Twitter bio includes the phrase, "Vote Trump in November," and even he was so confused by the stuff spewing out of Trump's mouth that he had to go on Twitter to ask about it. Next up is Kasich, who was active on Twitter during the debate, but only to retweet the Indians score with the caption, "Ohio keeps on winning," which separates him from basically the rest of the party as they stayed away. I mean, George Bush, Paul Ryan, Mitt Romney, and Mitch McConnell all didn't touch the site, actually some of them in weeks. To me, this makes sense, as the crack team of Washington Post journalists and people I follow on Twitter are basically ripping their entire candidate and party to shreds, so I would have stayed away too. From this, we move to a less biased viewpoint, and we go to our senior independent correspondent as he watches back the debate. Thanks for that, Kyle. Alright, our other reporter in Debate Central in Connecticut, Tyler Spicer, is on the line with his summary of the events. Tyler? Oh no, I'm sorry. Apparently he's too busy doing something else to film his bit for me, but he really wanted to be in the show anyway. Alright, well, I think that's basically all we've got for this edition of The Weekly Show. From Cleveland, Ohio and Case Western Reserve University, I'm Henry Benden. We're still rolling.